Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching this video from. I say welcome to my channel. My name is Ngozika. If you like things about motivation, this is the place to be. And I would like you to please kindly subscribe if you think you've learned something at the end of this video. And also, I would like you to also click on your notification bell so that I can be notified when I have good motivations and things to direct us in life. Basically, life is full of challenges, and we keep learning every day. I'm just trying to recap. Like some days ago, I was sitting down and I was asking myself, why do I think I didn't succeed so much in life? Yeah, I'm succeeding, but there are things I should have done differently that would have been able to give me a different result, and that would have gone a very long way. So let me just jump right into it. Now, I remember those days when we were in school, you know, want to be doctors, you want to be lawyers, different ambitions we want to be. But I think one thing that most youths are missing, and I think I myself missed, using myself as an example, is that I didn't have, yes, I knew what I wanted to be. Yes. Now that I chose the course I wanted to study, I did microbiology, finally, but I think why I did well, but I should have done a lot more better. And why I think I didn't do so well was because, and I think it's not just applicable to me. This video is not just like saying why I didn't do too well. I'm trying to use it as a guide for upcoming youth so they don't make the same mistakes I made. I didn't have like a follow-up mentor, like back-to-back follow-up. While you're in school, you have your visions. You want to have like a first class, for instance, for the different courses you're studying. But to have that first class you want in that particular course or field, you must do a follow-up. You must have the character of, you must be disciplined. That is one character you must have. And if you don't know what discipline means, please check my video. I will drop the link in the description box so that you can see what it is. You must be disciplined. That is one thing you must be. You must have a vision, and you must not allow yourself to be distracted. Now, while in school, definitely there will be distractions, but what I didn't have, I think, was a follow-up, back-to-back, like follow-up. What I mean, follow-up. Your parents, your guardian, your teacher. I'm not here to blame any parents. No, in fact, I blame myself. So let me put the blame on myself, not on anybody. Yes, but if parents can help, that would be good. Parents have their own struggles. As parents, they are trying to earn a living so that they can take us to good schools and pay our fees. So I think I blame myself, not my parents. So I own it myself. These are things that I wish I should have done, and I would have had a better grade. I should have had a follow-up, like follow myself up. Yes, be my own mentor. First of all, break down my vision. That was one thing I did that, but I didn't follow up, and I wasn't consistent. I wasn't. Let me just say follow up. That's the main word. And then there are distractions. Universities, they are distraction. A whole lot of distraction. And that is why discipline is very, very important. Because if you're very disciplined, you will know exactly what is important to you, and you will get on with it, and you will do it, and you won't let yourself to get distracted. Now, discipline is simply forcing yourself to do that thing you know that you ought to do for your own good. That is discipline. You might not feel like it, but because of the future you're looking at, because of the vision you want to achieve, the first class you want to have, you would force yourself to study, irrespective of whether you're feeling tired or you're not feeling tired. Now, for instance, you might have your first term or first semester, as it were those days, and so okay, this first semester I want to have A in this course. Now, first have an A in a course, it means you must attend all classes, do well in all the tests, and study hard. Now, if you fail in any of these places, you might not end up having an A in that course, except you want to tend to sorting, which is not the right way to go. And I do not advise any child, any student to go through that route, because you're not doing yourself a favor. In fact, you are doing yourself a disfavor by doing that, because you're spending money, and then you're bringing, at the end of the day, you're going to have a false result. And when you're being asked exactly, do you know this thing, the answer will be no. And that might even give you a greater shame. So I'm not talking about certain lecturers here. I'm talking about why I didn't do so well in school, and what other youths could also learn from, so don't make the same mistakes I made. So first of all, you must be disciplined. In school, you must follow yourself up. You must have a timetable, and you must stick to that timetable. You owe yourself that favor, to ensure that yes, I'm supposed to read for 3 hours, and I stick to reading for those 3 hours. Whether I'm feeling sleepy or I'm feeling tired, I must do that 3 hours of studying. Second of all, if you intend to do a 3 hour study, you must have prepared yourself for it. So I must have slept and not spend the whole night doing midnight calls like most people were doing, including I. I'm guilty, you know. And then you must have rested properly, so that you can be able to assimilate what you're going to read. You must also have prepared your meal for yourself, be it lunch, breakfast, whatever it is you intend. You must have planned your meal. So planning is very, very important. If you want to succeed in life, particularly as the youth, you must plan yourself. And my focus is on the university day, because that's the days you get, that's the days I'm talking about. You must be deliberate. You must be intentional about your life, that every choice I make is going to either add in making me or add in marrying me. You must be conscious of the choices you make and the consequences. Choices have consequences. So back to what I was saying, I didn't follow myself up. I wasn't consistent in saying yes, I intend to read 3 hours for this course, and ensure that I do that. Sometimes I might read like 1 hour and then get distracted and begin to gist and talk, and before you know, the 3 hours is gone. So I want to advise all youths out there, all intending students, that you must take your life a lot more serious. Only you can make your life the way you want it to be. You must pray, yes, but the part that you have to do as a person is the part I'm talking of. So as a youth, as a university student, you must follow up on yourself. You must be disciplined. Yes, I'm going to read for 3 hours, and you ensure that you do it. You ensure that you know what you ought to know. After you've been taught in class, ensure you know what you ought to know. If you don't know it, meet a friend to teach you, get books. Now you're lucky you even have Google those subjects and see what they are talking about, and then begin to revise it. Most times things are well explained online than maybe the lecturer taught you. Now that is one thing that I feel that I should have done a lot more better. I should have followed myself up. I should have been more disciplined. Number two, there were distractions. I shouldn't, as a person, have allowed myself to be distracted. There were distractions. From boyfriends to girlfriends, boys will come and gist. Maybe not the boyfriend type, girlfriends will come and gist. And what the girl talks about, what the girls talk about, is that about boys, or about hairdo, or about fashion. Just discussion that are not adding value to you as a person. And I think that is one thing most youths should detest from. Make the most of your time. If you have a girlfriend, I'm not saying those things are bad. All I'm saying is that ensure that your discussions with them are things that are going to add value to you. If what you're discussing is not relevant to your studies, because that is the primary purpose of going to university, to earn a degree and to do it very well and to know it. So if your discussion, be it with your girlfriend or with your boyfriend, is not towards your academic success, I don't think it's something you should encourage or stay on for a very long time, you know. And then those days in school is as if you don't have a boyfriend, you're not normal. Let me put it like that. there's this unseeming, you can't see it, but pressure, unseen pressure, that every girl must have a boyfriend. Yes. Yes. So don't put yourself in that clique. It's not compulsory. And be it boyfriend or whatever it is, that should not be your primary focus in university. Your focus is to study your books. I'm not saying be friendly. I'm not saying don't be friendly. Be friendly, but know that in school you're there to achieve for your own good. And if you intend to have a boyfriend or girlfriend, let it be something that will lead to marriage. It's God that decides whether a boyfriend or girlfriend leads to marriage. But my point is, do not engage in discussions that would waste your time. Most times, all the discussions waste our time. People do midnight calls. I am guilty of that. You keep talking sweet nothing for hours, and then the next morning you have lecture. Because you've not slept all night, you will not wake up early. You will miss maybe one or two classes. When you plan to read, you're not able to do those studies. So do yourself a favor and be serious with yourself in school, because you're there to achieve. If you achieve by making the most of your time, you're going to have a better life. Yes, at least you have more better opportunities. So I want to encourage us as youths, as those intending to go to university, do not allow yourself to be distracted. Say to yourself that I'll be productive. And one thing you can do to prevent distraction is by planning your day. Plan your day with things that are going to add value to your life. If you don't have your day planned, if you don't have things you want to do, then somebody will come and sit down and gist with you, and you'll be available for that gist. But if you have your day planned, lined up, I want to read my book, I want to go for mass, I want to pray, I want to read the Bible, I want to go to the chapel, I want to do something useful. You should have a plan for yourself, things you want to achieve every day, and you work with that plan. And in that plan will be things that are adding value to you. Don't make out time. I'm not saying don't relax, don't flex. My point is, let there be time for everything, and let those things you're putting in your time to be in a way that is going to help you achieve your primary purpose of going to school. Because if at the end of the day you don't do so well, skill you are also learning or a training you're going for, you would have acquired that skill and you would have learned that thing. So the long and short of my story is that we should be productive. That's the long and short. We should be productive. We should not waste our time. Don't engage in things that do not add value to your life as a person. Plan your day. And your day planning starts like from a day before. Plan things you want to do. Know things that are important for you, and things that you as a person want to achieve for your own benefit. See, anything you do is for your own good. That's the truth. Like my grandpa used to say, you do good, you do for yourself. You do bad, you do for yourself. So choose which one you want to do. And I believe we all want to do good to ourselves. So if you love yourself, then we should be making wise choices. You should say, I will be productive, I will be disciplined, I will not allow myself to be distracted. If we follow a few of those things, I believe we have better chances of having a better life. And then you must have a vision for yourself. You must have a desire. What I want to achieve. University, yes. Do I want to get a first class, a second class, a third class? You must have that discussion with yourself, and then make out a plan how you're going to achieve that. Draw up a plan of how you intend to achieve that particular purpose. Don't just be in university and your parents are sending money to you and you're year 1, year 2. Have a vision for yourself. Say, I'll make my life better, and that of my parents better, and that of my siblings better. So many lives are connected to you. You're not just living for yourself alone. There are other lives that are connected to you. So I want to encourage us. I'm also encouraging myself too. And now that I'm a bit more matured, I've learned from my mistakes, and I'm going to apply it in my children's life. Parents have a role to also play. Parents should always check up on their children to know how they are doing, and really get them close to them and say, let me see what you've done for last semester. Let me see your books. Where do you have problems? Let me know your teacher. In fact, let me leave teacher out of it. Let me see your books. Where do you have problems? Let me know. And follow up on your children. Ask them, hey, you wanted to read XYZ. Did you read it? Were you able to finish reading it? Did you understand what you read? Are there questions that you have? Let we as parents follow up on our children. Don't just leave them alone. They get distracted. Like I said earlier on, they have a role to play, and we as parents have a role to play. So let us follow up on our children, because university is a time where they get so many distractions. But the child must be determined as a person that he or she wants to make his or her life better. You as the parent should also follow up on your child, so that you're guiding them, and by the grace of God, with prayers, they achieve all that it is your desire for them to achieve. But when they do well, it also bounces back on us. We'll be happy, there'll be more joy. You say, yeah, the money I'm spending is not in vain. So parents, please let us do our part. Let's follow up on our kids. Let's monitor them. Most of these children don't know anything. They might be big, yes, but what do they know? They might not know so much. They might feel they know, but they don't know. So bring them close to you. And if you're close to them and they see you as their friends, they can gist and tell you how their days are going in school, challenges they are having, where they have issues, and you can also encourage them to be focused on their studies, and then you follow up. Let them be like a watch. Let me not say watchdog, but like supervisor. Hey, did you read what you wanted to read yesterday? Yes. No. Why didn't you read it? What happened? Make sure you read it. So follow up on your kids, on your words. Know how they are doing academically. Follow up closely. Like back to back in a very loving manner. And you keep in mind that you're doing what you're doing because you love them. And if they are your friends, they will always find it easy to tell you things that are happening in their lives. So I don't want to make this a very long video. It's really a bit long, but this thought just came to my mind, and I wanted to just share this, so that we can have more productive children, and their joy is our joy, definitely. And children too, youths, please focus. All right, focus. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. I believe you've learned a thing or two. Yeah, if you have, please kindly subscribe and click on my click on the notification button, so you can know when I post new uploads, that will motivate us, that will direct us as youths, as parents, as children. I love you all. Stay blessed. Happy holiday. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Hope you've learned something. Kindly subscribe. Kindly hit on the notification bell. Thank you for watching.